Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Mikey. I'm stuck at work on Saturday night. Yep. One of my assistant managers wasn't feeling too good, so I came in to cover for him. So instead of being at home doing a dip review, I am now at work and I'm doing a snooze review. This is for Vargarda. Vargarda Gryning. Swedish. I looked it up. Gryning or grinning is Swedish for dawn or daybreak. So this is their dawn named Swedish Snus. It's supposed to be natural snus with undernotes of plum and currant. So let's take a look. Plum and currant has my curiosity up. And like most snooze containers, this has the handy dandy catch lid. I really like that with the snooze containers. Comes in handy from time to time. Yeah, it's a white portion, semi-moist. You got some staining coming in through the portions, but they are largely white for the most part. Slight moisture content. Nice size portions there. Gotta appreciate that. The aroma, it's different. Wow, that's different. Very different. I am getting a berry fruit scent as well as the natural tobacco. It's it smells like a very nice herbal tea. Combination of the tobacco with the fruitiness. It smells pretty good. If you like herbal tea, yeah. Popping one of these babies in. Let's try it out. Yeah, my assistant just had some alterations made to his blood pressure situation, and his new medications are making him feel a little woozy as he adjusts to them. So I came in and sent him home. He slept for a couple hours. He feels a lot better now. Initial impulse here, I'm getting the natural tobacco. No salt. If there is, it's very, very small if there is any saltiness to this. Just tobacco. Move it around a little bit, get it juiced up quickly. There comes the flavor. Got some tartness to it. Not bitterness, it's tart. Probably from the currant. I'm not really detecting the plum, but it's coming across, like I said, it's a lot like it smells. Very, it's very herbal. Like a herbal tea with hints of dried fruit or berries. If you like a nice herbal tea, there's stuff right up your alley. I can see why they call this dawn or daybreak, is what it translates into Swedish. Kind of a nice, you have a nice cup of tea in the morning, nice cup of herbal tea to get you going. That's what this is reminding me of. Moving it around a bit, get it, trying to enhance some flavor out of it here, so I don't have to sit here put it on pause for 10 minutes, come back. Almost wine-like. Herbal tea, maybe a mellow wine with that little bit of fruitiness, the tartness that's in there from the currant. This is a different animal. One thing I do appreciate about the European snoozes, they're not overly sweet like their American counterparts or the ones made for the North American market. Those tend to be very sweet. The flavors are very subtle. They let the tobacco shine through, and then the main flavoring is more like a nice pairing or undercurrent to the tobacco. And these two are matching up quite well. Yeah, it's like a nice herbal tea. Maybe a herbal tea with plum and currant, for flavoring. I can see why they named this Daybreak. Something nice, mellow, good flavor, get your day going. That's pretty good. Speaking of fruits, those of you who've been watching my channel, I'm a bit of a history buff. I've been reading a lot about Lewis and Clark expedition lately. Watching documentaries, reading some of their diaries and stuff like that. There is a fruit native to North America that pretty much saved their butts on the tail end of the journey. They were a couple 100 miles from getting back to St. Louis, back home. They were more concerned with speed than they were with food supplies at the moment. They ran out of, dried beef. They were out of flour. They were out of biscuit. Their biscuits were practically gone. And they were getting hungry and scrawny, and it was starting to weaken them. And luckily, at the time of the year, they were going downriver, heading towards St. Louis, Missouri. They were encountering pawpaw trees. And they sustained themselves on the pawpaw fruits, which just happened to be getting ripe as they were passing through. And that helped them push that last 150 some odd miles to reach home. I've never had a pawpaw. I've never seen one. I don't live in the region where they grow. I've never seen one in a store. From what I've read, pawpaws don't travel very well. They ripen very quickly, and they turn and get overripe just as quickly, which is why you don't really see them in the stores. At least here in the Pacific Northwest, you don't. It might be something you find in the Midwest or the South, I'm not sure. They describe the flavors as something like a mango meets a pineapple, meets a banana, kind of a tropical fruit type flavor. And I guess the insides are soft, kind of like avocado, and you just scoop them out and just eat them raw. The natives done that for many years, or they kind of smash it up, lay it out, and let it dry into like a fruit leather. But yeah, if any of you have ever tried a pawpaw, can you say something down in the comments? I'm curious what your flavor expectations, or what do you think it reminds you of? I'd be curious to try one someday. But like I said, from what I understand, they don't travel well when they get ripe, which is why they're not really commercially available. And they're only available for just a very brief period in the late summer, early fall, which was just happened to be the time when Lewis and Clark expedition was on the home stretch after their 2-year expedition to the Pacific Ocean. Just an interesting piece of fruit history there. Yeah, this is flavoring up quite nicely, and it's pretty darn good. It's different. It's definitely the most unique snus I've tried so far. Most of the ones I have are either a natural or a mint or a spearmint or something like that. This, with this little bit of fruitiness to it, the plum and the currant flavors they've added to it, it's almost floral and herbal. Like I said, it reminds me a lot of an herbal tea. Nicotine content, yeah, I'm not really feeling a whole lot right now, but I've had some snus earlier in the day, so I got some nicotine in my system already. I'd say this is moderate strength nicotine, at least so far. But yeah, the flavor, man, as the nice plumpness of this pouch and the flavor I'm getting, I'm willing to bet this flavor is going to last for a good 30 minutes at least. But yeah, if you're a fan of herbal teas with a little bit of fruitiness to them, a little bit touch of tartness, definitely check this out. And this is one of the lesser expensive ones too. I think I got this, it was under $3 on one of the snooze sites. It was like $2 and some change. And I believe there's 20 portions in here, if I remember correctly. 4, 6, 7, 10, 3, 4, yep, 20 portions. 20 nice, plump, semi-moist portions to satisfy your snus cravings. And like I said, if you're used to North American market snus, this will be nowhere near as sweet. Nowhere near as sweet. The European stuff, the sweetness is much more subtle. They let the flavorings do the talking rather than sweeteners, which I appreciate. Anyway, this has been Vargarda, or Vargarda, yeah, Vargarda, or Vargarda, however the Swedes say it. You know. And Gryning, which means daybreak. Nice natural tobacco flavor. Says it's got hints of plum and currant. Yeah, they blend with the tobacco quite well and almost give a nice herbal tea. A little bit of tartness in there just to keep things interesting. You know, not overly sweet. Definitely worth checking out if you want to go down some snus adventure. And it's pretty inexpensive too. So anyway, this is Mikey, stuck at work with a snus review. I'll try and get some dip reviews up here. Not planning on coming to work tomorrow. My guy just texted me a little bit ago, said he's feeling much better. Coming to work tomorrow won't be a problem, so I'm at home tomorrow. Dip and chew reviews tomorrow. Yeah. Anyway, check it out if you haven't tried it. It's something different. If you want to change things up a bit from the mints and the wintergreens and the naturals, give it a shot. This is Mikey. This has been Vargarda Gryning, however you pronounce it. I'm sorry to anybody from Sweden who is paying attention. I just butchered your language. My apologies. Plum and currant, natural tobacco. This is Mikey. I gotta get to work. Bye.